Alright guys, there were just too many good parties to present to you in the first video, so we decided to make you a part 2. From crazy spring break parties in Lake Havasu to wild gatherings where things might get a little bit dirty. Here are 16 most insane parties around the world, part 2. Don't worry guys, we didn't forget about Lake Havasu during spring break. Arizona has a reputation for having some of the craziest college parties in the US, and it's partially because of what goes down at Lake Havasu during spring break. If only Daddy really knew where all that money for college was really going. We're talking beer bongs, beer pong, keg stands, skinny dipping, you name it. This isn't really an official party or anything, but it's the closest thing to a beach Arizona's got, and insane boat parties are all over the place. Don't make too many bad decisions or you could end up in Girls Gone Wild. Number 15. Yacht Week in Croatia. Do you think you have what it takes to party for an entire week in the Adriatic Sea? Most people won't even make it back alive to talk about it. The country of Croatia is quickly becoming a top party destination in Europe for the low prices, beautiful scenery, and of course, Yacht Week. Partygoers and yacht enthusiasts gather to set sail and cruise around the deep blue sea. Depending on what city they feel like partying at, they may decide to stop for a while, explore the nightclubs, eat up all the caviar, and head to the next wild party destination. But the Croatian Yacht Week normally has a set itinerary around the islands in Croatia if you want to follow the crew. Number 14. Hogmanay, Scotland. No one is really sure the true origins of where this party comes from, which is celebrated on New Year's Day. But one thing is sure, it's an insane party. Hogmanay is considered to be Scotland's cultural capital, so there's bound to be some crazy traditional parties in the streets here. It seems to be the only proper way to celebrate New Year's Day in Scotland, and the skies are lit up with fireworks almost all night. Along with bonfires in the street and people dressed up as medieval warriors, another strange tradition during this festival is to try to sober up by taking a dip in the frigid waters of the River Forth. Number 13. The Straw Bear Festival. The UK might be home to some strange rituals, but this straw bear thing really takes the cake. It almost looks like Burning Man before he gets set on fire. In order to celebrate a new year of agriculture, to ensure a bountiful harvest, men in the town of Whittlesea dress up in straw costumes and dance throughout the town. This used to be an ancient tradition, but it started up again in the 1980s. This guy in the suit also says it's tradition to buy him a beer afterwards. Number 12. Maslenica. Although some other Slavic countries might celebrate Maslenica, no one seemed to do it quite right like Moscow. It's like the Russian Renaissance Fair mixed with Mardi Gras, and things get pretty wild. It's supposed to celebrate the end of winter from the 7th of March to the 13th, which in Russia is still very cold and most likely snowing. This is one of the most popular weeks to visit Moscow for tourists, and one of their best kept oldest traditions. One of the popular foods eaten at this time is what's known as blini, which are basically pancakes. The round shape of the pancake reminds them of the sun, which they might get to see soon. Another main event includes a scarecrow like we see in this photo outside of St. Basil's Cathedral. Each day is celebrated a little bit differently, but normally with traditional clothing and plenty of vodka. Number 11. Celebrations, la fete nationale francaise. Each time a new calendar comes out, the first thing the French do is check to see if la fete nationale falls on a weekend. This is by far the biggest holiday in France, and you better believe the French know how to party. French pride fills the streets, and even the Eiffel Tower is displaying colors of the flag. This day celebrates an event that marked the beginning of the French Revolution when a French prison known as Bastille was razed to the ground. If they can raise the roof here, they can definitely do it just about anywhere. It's basically like their 4th of July, and clubs in Paris are gonna be poppin'. This photo here shows a military day parade on the famous Champs-Élysées in Paris with the Arc de Triomphe in the background. Number 10. Yi Peng Lantern Festival, Thailand. This massive and unique festival is celebrated on the 12th full moon of each year by mainly Thailand, but other countries as well, mostly ones who share a similar heritage such as Laos and other Southeast Asian countries. Fall in the month of November and should be coming up pretty soon. Lanterns are inscribed with a message, then lit into the sky, creating a unique image. Let's hope no airplanes are flying by. The aftermath normally results in a mess in the city's waterways, but recently they began using biodegradable lanterns. An estimated 600,000 are lit each year in recent times. The attendees are left in shock and awe by the floating lights flooding the skies. Number 9. Spanish Running of the Bulls. Every year in Spain, they hold one of the most bizarre, ridiculous rituals, even though each time they do it, something pretty bad usually happens. A large group of bulls are released into people and they run away from the stampede. 15 deaths have occurred since the tradition began in 1910, and it's always pretty gruesome. Not everyone comes to a party expecting to get gored, but that's just part of the fun. Even an American who thought it'd be cool ended up getting gored in 1995. Be careful with this one, as you can see in this photo, it does get pretty dangerous. Not a great way to end your vacation. Number 8. The Paleo Festival, Switzerland. Often considered to be one of the biggest rock festivals in Europe, the Paleo Festival is held each year near Lake Geneva. It's grown quite considerably since it first started in 1976 with multiple stages and international performing artists. The festival takes place in July for a total of 6 days. In 2017, invited guests included the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Macklemore, Midnight Oil, and various French-speaking singers. Attendees enjoy the fresh Swiss air, plenty of music, and a clean environment to enjoy some drinks. Number 7. The Mud Festival, South Korea. While many festivals celebrate the creation of alcoholic beverages, it seems, some festivals out there celebrate mud, and lots of it. The Mud Festival in Boryong, South Korea is held once a month in July. It seems like an excellent place to get a little bit dirty and roll around in the mud. The huge Mud Festival attracts many bikini-clad tourists from around the world who are there to drink, mud wrestle, mud paint, and just roll around in the mud. There's many activities to participate in, and you can expect a cheap time here since South Korean alcoholic beverages are still pretty cheap. Number 6. Coachella. This annual arts festival takes place in Indio, California, and is found in the Coachella Valley. This massive party features many different artists and covers a large amount of genres such as indie, rock, hip-hop, electronic dance music, and others. There are several different stages which always have some kind of music going on or a performance. The origins of the festival date back to 1993, which held live music for 2 days straight. It began to gain more popularity in the 1990s and is now one of the most profitable musical festivals in the US. Attendees often come across some interesting scenery, such as this astronaut suit. Many people here still enjoy showing they're all about peace and love in a similar fashion such as Woodstock, but more modern. Number 5. Exit Festival. This amazing party is found in the historic city of Novi Sad in Serbia and has been called the best major European festival at the EU Music Festival Awards. The first Exit Festival took place in 2000 at the University Park as a student gathering. This quickly evolved into a massive party. But believe us, this isn't your average massive party. The venue is actually at the Petrovaradin Fortress, which is found on the edge of the Danube River. You can tell from these photos at the main stage that this party is quite insane. And the main stage has a variety of genres for some of the biggest superstars around the world. Number 4. Koningsdag Festival, Amsterdam. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but who the heck is here to learn Dutch? They're just here to party. With Amsterdam having very lenient laws on many different things, it seems to make sense that they're gonna have some good parties from time to time. Koningsdag in Amsterdam basically translates to the King's Day, and it marks the birth of the King William Alexander. This day of national pride is celebrated in style basically all over the small country on the 27th of April. So it's crazy, there's even parties going on in the canals of Amsterdam. Normally on this day, people are seen wearing orange, wearing costumes, going to concerts, and over 1 million people gather in a closed-off city center where no automobiles are allowed for an all-day and all-night party. Number 3. Montreal Jazz Festival. Alright, we suppose Canada might have some decent parties every now and then. One of them is the Montreal Jazz Festival, which happens during a span of 10 or 11 days. It's actually the biggest jazz festival in the world, and it can bring in a crowd of 2 million people in attendance. This takes place from the last week in June to the first week in July. This takes place in the Quartier des Spectacles, which is a premier arts district in Montreal, where many universities and cégeps are found. Number 2. Full Moon Party, Thailand. Another party in Thailand makes our list, which is known as the Full Moon Party. This takes place in Koh Pha Ngan every night on a full moon. Tourists began to believe that the best place to watch the moon was right here on this secluded beach. So eventually, parties were organized, and now people from all over the world come to join on the festivities. During the evening, the beach erupts into a massive party where beachgoers go to enjoy spectating activities such as fire breathing, juggling, fireworks, fire spitting, and plenty of dancing. The cheaper Thailand prices are sure to help you keep that buzz going. And number 1. Roskilde. This innocent little Danish town couldn't possibly be home to one of Europe's biggest festivals, right? Wrong! This little city is found located just west of Copenhagen on a small island. It's known for its UNESCO Cathedral and Roskilde Party Festival. Yeah. With so much nature being nearby, it's a perfect place to camp out at, so you don't miss a moment of some Danish craziness. In fact, they're so happy, they'll actually run around naked at what's known as the Naked Run. Winner gets a ticket to next year's festival. Roskilde creates the proper environment for hippies, and also there's roughly 180 performing bands who will make an appearance.